You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. It's Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. All right, folks, Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson blocked a bipartisan effort to make Juneteenth a federal holiday, saying it would cost too much. The Republican senator said while he supported honoring the day that has come to mark slavery's end in the United States, well, truth be told, it actually marked the notification to slaves in Texas if they were free. He added doing so with a new holiday would give federal workers a paid day off that the rest of America has to pay for. He estimated the holiday would cost the private sector up to $600 million per year. Senate Democrats, joined by Republican Sen John Cornyn of Texas, proposed making the day a federal holiday in June in response to the nationwide Black Lives Matter protests. See, here's what I don't understand, Erica. All right, Senator Cornyn, this is one guy. This is one guy. Bring that damn thing to the floor and make everybody vote on it. What they do is they want to have unanimous consent, which means nobody objects, it passes, no one has to actually take a vote on it. I say, John Cornyn, if you're serious, tell McConnell, put the bill on the floor and vote it up or down.
But we know he's not serious, and that's why I'm so glad that on this show we don't just talk about the son of a Klansman who's occupying the White House, that we do go through and talk about those people, those sycophants that continue to empower that person. John Cornyn, Senator John Cornyn, along with all of the rest of the 53 Republicans that are the majority within the Senate, are continuing to do the bidding of their leader. And so we won't see it go up before a vote. That is not going to happen. And that is why people have got to be sure that they are voting, that they're making sure that the people around them are voting, because everybody has influence somewhere. Because it is not just about firing the current person that occupies the People's House. It is also about ensuring that there is a shift in Senate, because if there was a shift in Senate, we would not be on one day away from, as Reese pointed out earlier, talking about the expiration of moratoriums on people that have to pay rent, that those landlords can begin eviction processes. We wouldn't be at the place where we're still trying to have conversations with Republicans around, well, as long as corporations are not able to be liable for any lawsuits that might come out from employees that contracted coronavirus because it's profits before public health crisis, that we could be a lot further along with perhaps even a national testing strategy. So these are the types of things that people need to hear, though they may not seem as sexy as some of the other political topics, but have a real fair understanding that the folks that are in control of the Senate right now don't give a damn about you or your household.
Reese, again, look, folks, all lip action. Sen Rand Paul, as you mentioned earlier, blocking the lynching bill, blocking the bill that would fix the Voting Rights Act, all of those different things. So this is real simple, black folks. If you actually, this is what gets me when I hear all these people run their damn mouths, all these little folks bumping their gums, especially folks on YouTube and Facebook. You talking about let the Democrats. This is real simple. It's real simple. Who's blocking the Juneteenth holiday? Which party? Who's blocking the lynching bill? Who's blocking the fix to the Voting Rights Act?
It's Republicans.
It's kind of real. It's real clear, Reese.
Right. And you know what's really annoying to me is that everybody, in particular, I won't say everybody, let's say a lot of black people in the black community, they have all the smoke in the world for the CBC. They have all the smoke for something as simple as a kente stole. And yet, when it comes to people like Ron Johnson and Rand Paul, where is the outrage? When it comes to people like Mitch McConnell, where is the outrage? We need to be holding these Republicans and have our foot on their neck the way that we have, the way that people always want to blame Democrats, and particularly black Democrats as CBC members, for not waving a magic wand and solving everything. We need to be, Ron Johnson is in Wisconsin. There's a sizable black population. He should be voted out the next time. Tom Cornyn is up for re-election. they need to be putting pressure on him to, like you said, Roland, put the pressure on his Republican colleagues to vote on it. And this is something that we've seen now happen for years, where if they don't get unanimous consent, they use it as an excuse to move on and let the issue die. People need to start voting on things and go on record with where they stand, period, instead of hiding behind one obstructionist.
Greg, symbolism is one thing. I totally understand that. And the reality is when you talk about removing statues, renaming military bases, it's still symbolism. But the point is this here. If they can't even do the simple stuff, they damn sure not going to do the hard stuff. Mm-hmm. Well, so you got to get folk who going to do the hard stuff.
Absolutely. Well, in a sense, they are doing the hard stuff. They're defending their shrinking white settler state. It wasn't just the Voting Rights Act that was passed in 1965. It was also the Immigration and Naturalization Act in 1965, the first federal legislation to deal with the question of who could and couldn't come into the country. They've been trying to roll that back since 1965. And what you see with this white nationalist, a member of the White Nationalist Party, I won't call them the GOP anymore, they're the White Nationalist Party. What you see with Johnson, a millionaire, is that he's protecting his interests. He is doing the hard work. His approval rating is abysmal in Wisconsin. He was a millionaire who beat Russ Feingold with a combination of voter suppression and voter miseducation. And Roland, since March, this goes to what Erica just laid out for us. Since March, there are 29 new billionaires in the United States of America. 12 billionaires more than doubled their wealth. And according to Newsweek, one of them, the guy who owns Nikola, he has made 5 times the billions he had before the pandemic. $583 billion have accrued to the billionaires of this country since the pandemic. Not only are they doing just fine, this type of disaster capitalism, going back to what Jim Lawson said, this kind of plantation capitalism is in their best interest. So what Ron Johnson is doing is they've thrown the dog whistles away. They are in a primal scream to rally their troops. And if they can get this election close enough to steal, they will steal it. Ron Johnson is doing the hard work, in other words. And so I guess what I'm saying is, rather than try to appeal to them, and I couldn't agree more, Reese. I mean, I believe that in politics, as my friend Jared Ball used to always say, everybody can get it. Meaning what? The White Nationalist Party can get it, and the Democrats who don't do what we elected them to do can get it. But the Democrats who we want to give the smoke to need to get the smoke once we put them in office. Because let's be very clear. There is a qualitative difference between the White Nationalist Party beholding to the billionaires and using a racial primal screen to try to retain their power until they can mess this next election up, and the Democratic Party, which, while it is still part of the two-party system, at least was the party through circumstances that black people forced open to crack open like an egg to use as our battering ram in the political process. Let's not paint this picture so broadly that we can't see the difference between those two parties. Right. And when we look at Ron Johnson, this is not a question of a United States senator. This is an open white nationalist protecting his moneyed interests.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment. Black-owned businesses right here on Roland Martin Unfiltered, and the folks at Ceek.com, a company founded by inventor Mary Spio. They have a couple of products that you can also get. They have their VR, their virtual reality headsets, which allows for you to place your phone inside of this device and look at the content on Ceek.com in virtual reality. It's as if you're sitting in the room. You can also get these headsets, 360-degree 4D headphones, which gamers love. It allows for you this Bluetooth. You can have a headset to talk as well, to take phone calls. Amazing sound. Go to Ceek.com, CEEK.com, and you can simply use the promo code RMVIP2020, RMVIP2020, to get both of these products.
It's time to be smart. When we control our institutions, we win. This is the most important news show on television of any racial background. Y'all put $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30 on this and keep this going. What you've done, Roland, since this crisis came out in full bloom. Anybody watching this, tell your friends, Go back and look at the last 2 weeks, especially of Roland Martin Unfiltered. I mean, hell, go back and look at the last 2 days. You've had sitting United States senators today, Klobuchar and Harris. Whatever you have that you can bring to Roland Martin Unfiltered to support it, please do, because this information may literally save your life.
Watch Roland Martin Unfiltered daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, or go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.